Biblical women did and do have a voice in this world. Let's be clear. This channel has nothing to do with feminism. This channel is about the woman being the helpmate or helpmeet. I'm not stating that women should take the lead. Independence is so overrated. I'm really trying to understand where some men get this notion that submissive means to bow down to them. If they were actually to read the whole scripture in context, that they would understand that the husband and wife are to be submitted to one another out of reverence for Christ. Then the scripture breaks down how the wife is to be submitted to her husband and how the husband is to respect his wife. I'm still trying to understand how some men miss this part. So I decided to really examine the scriptures, the Old and New Testament. And I've noticed that there are a lot of women that had a voice and were respected by their husbands and others. I'm not saying women should take the lead, but I am saying women should be respected. This channel will be my take on the scriptures. I'm not a scholar, just a Berean. Some of my takes may be humorous because sometimes it just comes out that way. Here's a little background to why I'm doing this. The catalyst of this channel is based on a shocking dating relationship that I had with someone in the church. Even though I was heartbroken, I'm grateful to God that we didn't have relations or even gotten married. In this relationship, I had seen the signs in the beginning, but I chose to ignore them because this brother, quote unquote, has such a good standing in the church. He would drop everything to help someone. He would give good advice. He was humorous and, yes, attractive. However, he was highly critical of others. He would put me down on the sly. When we were out in a gathering and everyone was having fun, and when I chimed in, he would squeeze my hand as if to say, "Be quiet." This happened a lot, and I would address it with him often. I would say, I understand that if we're in a church meeting and if someone is pouring out their heart, yeah, it would be rude for me to interrupt them. But if we're out and about and having fun, I'm going to chime in. He didn't stop. He kept doing it. Squeezing my hand, that is. Another time we were at dinner with a couple, and during this time at the dinner, my boyfriend at the time would share some health concerns he was having. And throughout the conversation, he kept mentioning other health concerns. So I just looked at him with concern. But somehow he could read my mind. And he responded to me, "Yes, I'm keeping a list, mother." At first I laughed with him like, okay, let me back off. You got it. But no, this wasn't enough for him. He went on what felt like a 20-minute rant of how old he is and how he's already been raised by his mother and he doesn't need my help in raising him. I forgot to mention, yes, we were 15 years apart, so he was 15 years older than me. During that encounter, I did cry. I went in the bathroom and cried. And that's when I should have broke up with him. Whew. Thinking back, I believe I was being a people pleaser. I had thought to myself that people in the church would look down on me for breaking up with this quote unquote wonderful man of God. However, the creme de la creme was on our 3rd month anniversary. He came to me and I quote, "I need you to pray for your back to be healed." because I don't want to have to take care of you like I did my mother. Meanwhile, he had his own health issues, and I took that under stride. Silly me. After this conversation, this is when I started feeling insecure. I started feeling insecure and down about the relationship. But again, being a people pleaser, I was thinking that people in the church would look down on me for breaking up with this wonderful man of God. Side note, regarding my injuries, there's several scriptures that come to mind, but there's two that are my go-to. The whole book of Job and 2 Corinthians 12, 8 through 9. This is Paul speaking. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. Back to the relationship. From the very beginning of our relationship, I would ask and pray to read scriptures with him, and also have certain couples advise us on our relationship. The couples I suggested, these were couples that actually kept it real. They would talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of their relationship. But seeking this kind of advice was very slow to come. My boyfriend at the time would divert the request on several occasions. There was even a time he said, oh, we don't need people in our business. Later on, we finally did meet with the couple. And when we met with this couple, I would share what's going on in the relationship. And then all of a sudden, he would share things that never, ever, ever happened. I was like, where did that come from? I was totally sideswiped. Other things that come to mind because of this relationship, I remember I said he was 15 years older than me. So through the course of the relationship, on a regular basis, this is how it would go. Him. I was raised where children could be seen and not heard, and you were raised where you can express yourself. Another misguided truth. Me. So does that mean that you don't want me to talk until spoken to? Him. No, you can talk. However, later on in the conversations, he will blurt out, you talk more than you did in the beginning. And this is when I finally woke up. Of course, there's so much more, but I don't think it's necessary to expose everything. The day before my birthday, he was discussing how he wanted to break up with me. So 2 days later, he broke up with me. So yeah, I was broken up on my birthday. Funny. When we first started dating, he asked me to be his girlfriend on his birthday. Wasn't that just lovely? So since this was a quote-unquote godly man, I decided to thoroughly examine the scriptures as my role as a woman. And also to make sure I have on the full armor of Christ before the next time I think about getting into a quote-unquote godly relationship. Bringing back to this channel. So this channel is about women in the Bible who had a voice and were respected by men and their husbands. Of course, we know the obvious ones, Deborah, Ruth, Esther, Mary. I'm going to do my best to address each woman in the Bible, even the ones that don't have a name. The Lord gave them honor enough to tell their story in Scripture. Therefore, we should honor and respect women. Be a Berean and examine the Scriptures for yourself. This is all for now. See you next time. Thank you for listening. If you like, please subscribe and share this video and hit the notification bell so you know when the next time a video is posted. Have a great day, and may God bless you.